2021 was a bit of a bust for FPS shooters, but here's hoping that 2022 is one that is far more worthwhile. So we're going to discuss 5 shooters that I have my eye on for this year. So without further ado, remember, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave it a nice, thick, and juicy like as always. Of course, if you enjoy this kind of content you want more like it, be sure to hit that big red sexy subscribe button right underneath the video. Also got to thank my channel members. You guys help make these videos possible. If you want to join, get access to the exclusive perks that they get, and check out that blue join button. Anyway, let's begin. So first up on my list, and a game that I've just been having an absolute blast with despite some of its optimization issues, is World War III. World War III is definitely more on the arcadey tactical side. It's kind of a mix between Battlefield and Call of Duty, but it has some more hardcore attributes to it. If you remember mechanics like attrition from Battlefield 5, at least the health attrition, that is definitely in the game, and you will have to get med packs to actually heal all the way back up if you do take enough damage. You also have a pretty fast time to kill, taking about 3 to 4 bullets instead of the 4 to 5 that you would find in a game like Battlefield or Call of Duty. So it's definitely more on the hardcore side. There are some cool mechanics as they're going for playable realism. So for example, you can wear heavier armor, which will give you more health, but it's also going to make you less mobile and easier to hit. So you have various gameplay decisions to make, and it's really cool. There's tons of customization and progression to go through in the game. So if you're looking for a game that you can sink tons of hours into, this is definitely one that you could do that. And you can actually do it right now if you're on PC. I think if the Steam sale is still going on, it's like $12, so it's pretty cheap for the amount of content that you're getting. Honestly, for me at least, it's been very much worth it. But if you want to wait and see more, it is free to play in March with its open beta, so you can hop on anytime you want and download it then. And they're also looking to do a console release at some point in the future. I don't know when that's planned for, but if you are looking for an alternative on console, this is definitely a game to keep an eye on throughout this year. Now, number 2 on my list, we're going back into the past, and that is Hell Let Loose. Now, no, Hell Let Loose isn't exactly new news. The reason I have this on this list is because the console version of the game hasn't quite caught up to the PC version. In terms of optimization, as I swear I get like 20 frames a second on my PS5, but in terms of overall content, I don't believe that they've added the Eastern Front yet to Hell Let Loose on console. I know it's on the PC version, but I don't believe that they've done it for the console version quite yet. I know it's coming though, so that's why you want to keep an eye out for it. But this game is actually really, really awesome if you haven't had the opportunity to try it yet. It's like playing in a World War II movie, and they've gone to great lengths to make each battle feel pretty authentic. It's not quite down to where you have specific squads from specific battalions that were at that specific battle, but you do have the level of detail, for example, with the maps, where the maps are designed based on photographs of the battle at that time, and you have things in places where they would have really been. The maps are huge. There's always some kind of action going on. It's very atmospheric. You really feel it. There's just really cool tension as you approach a battle, as the map kind of degrades into the chaos of the war. And of course, when the explosions go off, they go off. It is insane, some of the things you can see in this game and just how intense it can be at times. It's definitely worthwhile if you enjoy history, if you enjoy the era, or if you're just looking for a game that feels almost like you're reliving the conflict yourself. Now, I do want to make an honorable mention to a free-to-play game called Enlisted. Hell Let Loose is not free to play at the moment, but Enlisted is. Enlisted is very similar, and they've actually added a new train mode where it's kind of this cool back and forth tug of war on this train, and it's just a super fun game to play. A lot of people hold it against it that it has AI sort of enemies in it because you're playing in a squad, and so you control like the squad leader, and then you have AI squad mates that will go wherever you command them, and they are kind of dumb, and a lot of your kills are going to be against AI, but to me it's just general stupid fun. Some of the sound design and everything like that is really awesome in Enlisted, and it's definitely more fast-paced than a lot of the other kind of hardcore shooters that are out there. It's not really as hardcore as something like Hell Let Loose, I would say. It's definitely less focused on the immersion, but it is very fun to just hop in and play. It's kind of my guilty pleasure game that I would go to. So again, if you're looking for something that's free, Enlisted is definitely a good honorable mention that I will add to this list. And they have several fronts, including the Battle of Berlin, the Eastern Front, the invasion of Normandy. They just added North Africa in the game. So there's plenty to experience in Enlisted. Now, third on my list, if you're a fan of the SWAT genre or you've been missing that kind of cooperative tactical game, then Ready or Not is a game to keep an eye on. Ready or Not has had some controversy. I don't really know what it's about, and I really am not here to talk about it, but Ready or Not is a game that has actually been pretty popular as of late. I haven't actually played it myself, but having seen Void Interactive's content plan for the game in the future, actually this month in January, they're already planning to add new things to the game. If you follow them on Twitter, they have already listed out a lot of things such as new weapons, game modes, ways to play the game, new voice lines for characters and things like that. So they seem to be moving pretty fast with this game to get to a full release of the game. So again, if you're missing that SWAT genre, that tactical squad type of game, this is a game to definitely check out. Fourth on my list, and you may crucify me for this one, but more than any of the games on this list, I'm saying keep an eye on it, don't run and buy it immediately. That is Battlefield 2042. Now, this game has a limited amount of time to actually get its act together, but if it does, it can be a very fun game. And I'm not even talking about just all-out warfare or even Hazard Zone. What really could be the savior for this game is Battlefield Portal. If you get this game running properly, I think Portal could honestly take over in a lot of ways. The amount of freedom that players have with that game mode and the amount of things that they can create, the experiences that they can create for the community, I think is something that the franchise could really use, especially right now. A lot of people aren't receiving the new 2042 specialists and everything like that all that well, and while we wait for another game at some point in the future, I think Portal could really hold us over because it can give us new content without DICE actually having to give us new content. Now, they do need to work out things such as how XP works in Portal, as you're just not going to get nearly as much XP in a lot of those custom modes, and they only are supported in the official modes on Portal's front page. But like I said, if they fix the optimization for the game, if they fix a lot of the issues with the game and we start getting players back, Battlefield Portal could be what really carries 2042 and really the franchise into the future. But the reason I say it has a limited time to get its act together is because of the last game I want to talk about on this list, and that's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, I'm not here to talk about the multiplayer. I really couldn't care less about Call of Duty's multiplayer for the past probably decade. It's not my cup of tea. Just not what I'm looking for. Especially with SBMM and the way Modern Warfare 2019 came out and took the world by storm, but then the multiplayer was kind of garbage. Just not a fan of it. But the campaign is something I'm very much looking forward to. Modern Warfare 2019's campaign was awesome, and if Modern Warfare 2's campaign is anything close to it, I think we have a pretty nice story in store, as Modern Warfare 19 set up so much. I think there's going to be a lot that we get to experience in this new title, and I'm very excited to see that. I'm also very excited for the DMZ mode. Again, I'm not a big Battle Royale guy, so Warzone doesn't really appeal to me, but this DMZ mode that they're rumoring, that's kind of like this Escape from Tarkov type of mode, this Escape Royale, which 2042 tried with Hazard Zone, and it's just not fleshed out enough. I think if Call of Duty gets their act together and really releases something in-depth and fleshed out in this mode, I think we could have a really cool game mode on our hands that'll be really fun to stream, and you'll definitely see me playing that kind of a mode on my channel. So anyway, those are the 5 games that I'm very much looking forward to in 2022. Let me know down below which FPS titles you're looking forward to this year, or just what games in general that you want to see this year. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.